What's up, guys? It's Focus Motion. Had a little bit of technical difficulties here with Skype and so forth. But anyway, so we got the video up, recording, the final table recording, and as I was saying earlier, but I had to discard the video. Today is Thursday, February 3rd. We are at a final table, obviously, the HiLo final table. We are definitely looking to take it down. We took second at the highest we've gotten on this tournament before, so we are in the mode for first, and that is our plan. So we're going to check this option here, 4-way with a short stack. So hopefully we flop the joint and we can get it in. But we don't. We get pair of kings on a very draw heavy board. Probably somebody already has something there, so we're just gonna go ahead and give it up, and it'll be fold. So I haven't been paying too much attention to the final table. I had to do some things while I was doing the final table, so now that I am more cognitive and focused on the final table, I will definitely make it a point to try to ship it for your viewing pleasure, guys. It looks like DJ Osher is isolating here. Probably had a strong hand, probably had a pair of aces, a low rundown, so forth. So I'm gonna let it go. Not that strong anyway to call the guy's raise if DJ Osher didn't raise. So, but just the same, it's nice to have him do that. So we can go ahead and fold that. And so he does have aces with a rundown of sorts, 8, 5, 6, and he gets there kind of, but split the pot, and doesn't matter. DJ Osher opens here. I don't mind a limp here, actually. It would suck if this guy Kutan jams. He does. Yeah, DJ Osher's gonna isolate too. I had a feeling he might do that. But okay, so the thing was, I was gonna open here, and I should have opened. I didn't mind a limp. I mean, raise the button. I don't mind a limp here just because the very fact that he might not jam like that, but he did. And if I raised, it would have offset the chance of DJ Osher isolating. But since I didn't, DJ Osher can isolate, and I'm gonna have to fold this hand. So fold it. Osher limps aces, pretty sick. Would have got my straight, and yeah, so would have done some damage, but unfortunate. One second, guys. So yeah, so Osher limped, and he's trying to basically give that in. He's trying to limp raise, so don't necessarily agree with that. I'd like an open there, but oh well, that's the way it is. So I kind of butchered a couple hands so far, and that was kind of ugly. But as it stands, it is what it is. Yeah, as it stands, it's okay. We just know that DJ Osher likes to limp. Strong hand with the idea of trying to get it in pre-flop because somebody might raise, his limp. It's okay play, but I don't know. Maybe I'm a little bitter because I could have won the pot, but that's okay. I'm not being result oriented. I just have to take into account, DJ Osher, what he's playing, how he's playing, because he's a competent player. So I got to make sure I'm aware of that. But let's go ahead and take a look at the blinds. What we have 62, 4, 112 divided by 12. Oh, not 12. Let's go 15. So after the blinds go up, and they're about to go up in about 42 seconds, we are looking at having 41 bigs, and that's pretty nice. I'm gonna fold this right here. We got short stack opening under the gun. Definitely gonna let it go. So yeah, Osher is a pretty competent player. He's definitely willing to get it in, and play his big hands slow, which is, I think it's standard for players of his caliber to be doing that. But the unfortunate thing is he's to my left, and that kind of sucks. Because if I open, he can flat me in position a lot, and so gotta be very, very careful I don't inflate a pot out of position against DJ. And Cad Catcher is pretty competent too. This guy Wolfie, I'm not too sure about. He's kind of iffy to me, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, I see it happening. Probably had a king of some sort, maybe a heart draw. He might show. Yeah, king and a heart draw. There you go. All right, that's good. That's fair enough. We'll let this go. We're double suited, but we're under the gun, and if we open, somebody can flat us, and we flop a flush draw. What we're gonna do about it? And not only that, but it also gives the small blind who's short an opportunity to get his stack in against this guy, and so they can play it out blind versus blind, which is fine too. So this guy flops 2 pair, and yeah, they kind of split. Nice. So we got a decent hand to check a flop. I don't think I'll be calling a raise out of position. DJ Osher limps here, which is fine. I'm gonna check and see a flop. Depending on what I do, if I was able to check it out, depending on what I do, if I flop it pretty well, I might lead out. I might check. I don't think Osher would bet often, but he might. Tumzo raises here. He definitely has some sort of hand. We'll definitely let this go. I don't want to be sandwiching between these two guys. Osher could probably play this because he's in position, and they're playing for stacks basically if Osher calls his bet. So I don't know if Osher will. He calls, so it's for stacks now basically. Yeah, there we go. Unfortunately, I would have taken it down both ways, but again, I can't be result oriented. Didn't want to get squeezed by these two guys. It just, if I call, Osher would probably jam, I'll have to fold. So even though the result kind of sucked in the end, I don't mind folding there. A little side note, guys. YouTube has upgraded my status for upload videos to, I think, 30 minutes. So pretty stoked about that. Pretty happy. So now these won't be 15-minute blinds, 15-minute videos. It will be 30-minute videos, which is really cool. And yeah, so I'll just basically limp along. Hopefully, don't get raised by Wolfie. We don't, so we can check option. We might peel one if it gets bet out. If it gets potted, we won't. Somebody could already have a low here, and so there's no point in trying to catch up for half the pot. And so let's go ahead and fold. A pretty sick couple hands I would have had with Osher. And in my opinion, Osher is actually the better player at this table. So I guess any opportunity I can to get him out would be welcome. But at the same time, I don't want to sacrifice my chip edge in spots where it doesn't seem right. Here we could argue for a raise. I don't want to limp. I just think it's a fold. I don't really have any low outs here. Only have a jack, pair of jacks, so I decided to let it go. Yeah, so not worried about that. So, yep. As I said in my video log earlier, I think it was a couple days ago, about the last weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it was pretty bad. It dropped nearly what it was, 8 bills, something like that, and tournament buy-ins, and Yeah, it was pretty horrendous actually. The reason why it was horrendous, guys, is because I didn't play my A game, and so it's really hard to play poker when you're not playing your top game. This hand right here, I'm folding. This guy limps. This guy limps. I really don't have any hands to isolate with. It's kind of hard to do that in high-low. The only thing I could think of doing that with is basically your double-suited low cards, with double-suited aces with low cards, like ace, deuce, and then your aces and so forth, and just kind of pot it out so that way people would have to, if they call it, they're basically playing for stacks, and so that would be the idea. But other than that, I don't see any real hand that would do that in any situation. Yeah, these guys are limping kind of wide, and that is obvious. But they have 4 cards, so it's not like they're going to be folding to a raise pre after they limp. So yeah. Let's see. So we got Ocean bustling out. He probably had a boat or a low, like 3-4, and a boat or something like that. Yeah, 3-4, and this guy had a boat. Wow. Wow. Hey, this hand I can kind of raise. This guy limped. Oh, it kind of sucks because this guy limped. If I raise it, he might call. And ace deuce, just ace deuce alone as it is, it's not gonna be very worthy of getting it in against this guy. I mean, if had this guy not limped, I could raise and then basically hopefully take these guys out. But it looks like DJ Osher has some sort of hand, so he's min-raising to try to get the pot up, and so he's definitely gonna bump this in, I think. Although now I'm not quite sure, and it's kind of frustrating because again, look what's happening here. Osher probably is gonna win this pot. Yeah, he does. So he had ace deuce, that's why he min-raised it. But again, if we look at my hand, very hard. I mean, my ace is not even suited. If it was suited, with the deuce of hearts, I'd definitely raise it. But given that it wasn't, looks like Osher survives again. But hopefully we get something where we're in good shape and we can play the hand and Osher comes along and we can kind of cooler him or of some sort. But yeah, the limping here. If we want to look at his limps, we can do that real quick. Let's take a look at his limps. I'm gonna fold this. Let's take a look at his limps real quick, guys. Let's look at the limps here. He limped this hand here, so which really tells me that he's not much of a player. Tumzo. Basically, I wouldn't be surprised if he busts out next. The way he plays, I mean, he just limp. He's in the big blind, so he wouldn't limp. But the whole point is, I wouldn't be surprised if he busts out next, because that's the way he's been playing. Hopefully, we get some sort of double up through Osher or card catcher. But we'll see. We shall see. Got a nice little rundown here. Debatable. I think I'll open it up. There's no highs, so I can't really play it for a high value, but I can definitely play it for. I mean, I'm sorry. There's no low. So I can't play for a low value, but if I hit all high cards, should be okay against somebody calling me, because they're probably calling me with a low draw. So we shall see what is up. Osher flat, which again, like I said, it's kind of nutty when he does that. But here, we're just gonna pot it and basically just take it to the bank. There's no need for us to get deceptive. I'm not gonna check it to have them try to. Yep. So we take this down, the big pot. Like I said, what I'm trying to say here, guys, was I didn't want to just check it down or check and then get caught up in another turn, and I get basically DJ Osher to fold a hand like just what he just had right there. And anyway, so anyway, these guys are kind of like, I don't know, getting kind of crazy. Yeah. So anyway, so anyway, so that's the way it goes. Basically, if Osher had a hand to get with it, to go with it, then that's fine. And I want him to basically be doing that. So I have no problem doing what I did there, and just get it in. But yeah, I don't like the way Osher played that. He should have actually popped it back pre, but he didn't. And so let's take a look at his hand there. Let's take a look what he had. He had ace. I mean, this hand basically you want to try to get it in, I think, but oh well. Anyway, so that's the way it goes. I think we should be able to get this in here. Actually, we're just gonna try to get this in against this guy because we can go ahead and do that. We have low draw, we have suited, double suited, with, you know, so yeah. So anyway, so, as you guys can see, people are kind of a little irritated at what I did. This guy's spazzing out now, and then of course, I don't know, like this DJ Osher thinks that he got robbed, but in reality he should have pushed it pre and I would have folded my hand, but he didn't, so it allowed me to get there, so I'm not too concerned about my play there. Yeah. So here we're basically just calling, and basically we've been playing it with Osher to get it in, so, and he bets out with the calling here. That's just one of those things. And so we hold, and actually, well, sorry, we split actually. So that's alright. That's alright. I mean, it's one of those things where it's gonna be like that. But again, you know, it's cool because if they don't understand the concept of what I'm doing, it's fine with me. I mean, I rationalize it the way I see it, and then you know, the way my thought process on that, and you know, it just was able to catch that flop perfectly, and you know, so anyway, that's that. Moving along, moving forward on that. This is pretty straightforward. So we got a big stack. If we look at the blinds in relation to my stack, we can kind of surmise where we're at. We're at 62 bigs, which is pretty healthy. Yeah. Yeah. So cool. Glad you guys can witness that. Hope you guys enjoyed this so far. Looking forward to hopefully knocking card catcher out of the way so I can just run over the table. That would be the dream scenario for me. But but we shall see how it works out. Tumzo busts out, which we predicted. If you're doing a lot of limping, calling raises, it's not going to work out to your advantage. Card catcher limps the button, so let's see what we can do with that. So we got a low, but we don't got the nut low. So let's see what happens. We can check, or we can bet. I like a bet actually, personally, to see where we stand. We have the chip to do so, and if shove does that, if poker shove shoved on us, it's kind of debatable, but We shall see what he does. We shall see. I don't see myself holding here, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see myself holding there. So, yeah, again, it was a bet, and if he shoved, we call. So. And let's kind of double check what happens there. Yeah. Again, we're gonna get him in here. It's pressure poker, basically. He doubled up, but you know. I got one break. I am actually gonna make this the end of the first video. I will pull up the second video in a second. Alright, peace.